This conference will now be recorded.
Hello guys, welcome to Kumar Consulting. So guys, this is I'm recording for my students because they are using the online server. And as we know, like this online server, every after certain period, it is going to be formatted. Server will be reset, and then what will happen as a result? Whatever the configurations are there, these configurations will be gone. So again, people will be having headaches. So I have done the configurations till this much or that much, entire configurations I have to do. So it's gone, and once again I have to do all the configurations. Actually, guys, nothing to be worried about because it's okay since online server, whichever online servers are there, it's having like certain data storage capacities will be there. So after certain time, of course, it is going to be formatted like what this. I'm talking about the practice server right now, guys, and even like multiple people are doing practice in this server and all. So sometime what is happening, guys, some due to some technical glitch, what is happening, some certain dump is appearing. This is a kind of technical issues and errors and all. So whoever server owner is there, instead of rectifying that issues and all, instead of finding out this out the solutions, they prefer to format the server, and in that case also entire configurations are gone. So now here, if that is the case, I'll explain here, guys, how you're going to do the quick configurations, so that at least, let's suppose if you are performing you are performing a test for dunning. You have done all the configurations till dunning and all, and now what is happening, you are making some, you're just testing some scenarios and all, still it is incomplete and the configurations gone. So I'll tell you guys how quickly we are going to. It's not like the matter of several hours and all. It's going to be done within few minutes. So I'll just explain how. So whichever testings, whether you are testing APP or whether you have to configure APP, you have to configure dunning, asset management, validations, substitutions, electronic bank statement, or integrations and all, or multiple topics, whatever topics you are, let's suppose, doing. So what you have to do, first of all, uh, you have to configure, let's suppose the server formatted. So you have to configure enterprise structure. I'm just typing in shortcut, and then basic settings, and then GL settings. Okay. So these three settings we have to do. Enterprise structure means you can create your company code, whatever the business areas you need to set up, we can set up. And basic setting means whatever basic settings are there, that is already explained in the classes. But right now what is happening, guys, without explaining the logic, I'm just, since we have to see how easily we can do the configurations and all. So now here, okay, so we'll start from creation of company code itself, and better to use transaction code, guys. Okay, you can make a list of this transaction code, whatever I'm using right now, and in whichever sequence I'm using right now. Okay, so let's suppose I'm giving a code here for the company code. Here we can give all the details, and then just save it, Control S. This TM20 is already existing, guys. So what I have to do, I'm going to use TM30, and then save it, Control S. And here, that's it. Just press enter. So here we have set up the company, and now we have set up the company code. And if there is no company, in the sense company we have not created, then no need to do any sort of assignment with the company and company code and all. Simply better to start from company itself. Now here the next one is OX03, and if you have any business area, you can define your business area. Let's suppose G123. Here, manufacturing business area, and let's suppose I'm giving here a different code P124. Any code can be given, guys. Okay, just save it. So what we have done, we have defined our company, we have defined our company code, we have defined our business area. Apart from this, what? Basic settings, right? So use, okay, so basic setting means what is happening, guys? Let's suppose here starting from fiscal year variant, right? Fiscal year variant, you can do one thing. If you have to define a new fiscal year variant, then what you have to do? Go to OB29, and then let's suppose we are using V3. So you can click on position V3 and you can copy it. You can just click on and click on copy. Okay, or is better to use the same V3 itself we are going to use. Okay, so use OB37 and here click on position and give your company code TM30 and here we are going to give V3. Okay, and then save it. You just press enter twice and thrice and then save it. So here what we have done, simply we are using the standard fiscal year variant and we have linked, we have assigned with the company code. Next one is posting period variant. So OBBO is the transaction code, and okay, so here assignment, no assignment, guys. Which one we have given? OBBO I have not given, I have given OBBP. Actually I was supposed to give OBBO, right? So here first of all we have to create, I'm going to give the same posting period variant, save it. So here now assignment, right? So OBBP, this one OBBP transaction code, and click on position and give your company code TM30. And here what you have to do, here also give the TM30 itself because we have created the variant as a TM30 itself. Now what next, guys? The next one is open and close period. So OB52 and here you select anyone. Somebody has made some experiment here. Anyway, you just let me delete this one now. So just copy this one and use TM30 and here 2000. Let's suppose still 19 itself is going on right now as per Indian calendar and all, and here like 2000 again 12/2019, or if you want to open this 20 also, it's okay, we can open 2020 also. Remaining special posting period you can remove. Okay, now here save it. So period also we have opened, then field status variant OBC4. So what is happening, guys? If you want to create your own, then you just copy 1000 and you can set up, or else you can do one thing, guys, /n OBC5 and directly we can assign the standard itself. Click on position TM30 and here assign this field status variant 1000 and save it. So this is how also now. So what we have done, basic settings, right? Apart from this, we have to do one more thing, guys. Create the number range FB N1, the number range 30M30, and here 01, let's suppose 2019, and give any range 1000 to 1999 and save it. So number range we have set up. Now the next one is you have to set up what? You have to set up tolerance group OBA4. So OBA4, click on new entry, guys, and I have already explained this logic. In group field, if you are going to give the code and all, then what is the treatment, in the sense you have to assign with your user ID and all. Right now what you have to do, you just give your company code here and give a 10-digit here, okay, and here a percentage, let's suppose 5%, here also 5%. Logics I'm not going to explain, guys, because as I told that here we have to see the quick configurations and all. Now, so we have defined for what to say this one, tolerance group for user and GL also, OB A0. Here you have to define tolerance group for 0 also. Here also just give you a company code only, don't give any code here. And let's suppose here give anything, just save it. So now what is happening, guys? Whatever the basic settings are there, that also we have done. Now GL setting. Quickly, OB 13. OB 13, here you can do one thing. Set up your chart of account, TM30. And here English, any length can be given, and save it. So what we have done, we have created our chart of account, assign it, OB62. You have to assign this chart of account, guys. So here, give your company code TM30, and here what we have to do, give your chart of account TM30 and save it. So what we have done, now chart of account setting, the next one is account group, for GL account group, because this is how we'll be able to set up the GL accounts and all. OB D4, right? Here you can click on inventory, because if the server is formatted, then everything is gone. I'm having options here generally, and here let's suppose I'll be having already like these things, right? Here we can copy also, or else you can click on inventory and the same configurations in the same settings we are going to do it. Simply I'm going to make it TM30 here and TM30, whatever things I'm entering, even you guys also can do the same. Okay, just save it. So what we have done, account group creations. Apart from this, guys, OB53. OB53 is for return running account, right? So just give X and press enter. Now, so this is what, till this much you have to do, and there is one more mandatory setting which you have to do, controlling area, because you may get error if you don't set up the controlling area. So you just do one thing, guys, TM30, and here click company code TM30 itself, press enter. Most of the things got filled up. Here give a standard hierarchy, TM30 itself, press enter, yes, and save it, press enter, enter. Now the next one is here, assignment with the company code. You have to do the assignment also. So give your company code TM30 and save it, and then activate components. So here we are not going to activate anything, simply you have to give a particular year and just save it. Okay, so whatever the mandatory setting is there, that is also we have done. Now what next, guys? The next one is testing. You just FB50. We are going to post an invoice. Sorry, FB50. FB50. We'll post an invoice and we'll test it. First of all, click on company code, and here give your company code TM30. Okay, sorry, I forgot, and actually before what to say testing, what we have to do, we have to set up a GL account also. So FS00, and here TM30 itself is there. Click on create, and you create a GL account. Let's suppose bank account we are going to set up. So select accept here, and let's suppose okay, control data, apply these all things, and then create bank interest, field status group, and save it. So what we have done, we have created one GL. You can copy this one and you can create, let's suppose expense GL, rent GL we are going to create. Okay, so here for rent GL, you have to select what? Just click on here. Okay, so here you have to select on expense account, and this is the part of P&L statement, right? And here rent account. Okay, and here remaining all things will be the same, just save it. So now what is happening, guys? Now we have to /n FP50, and here check your company code, TM30 is there. So now here we are going to test it. Give here date, and somebody has made this reference field as a mandatory, so anyway we are going to give test because in document type they have made some experiments anyway. So now GL account I have given 4,000, let's suppose debit, and certain amount, guys, any amount can be given here, and then we are having bank account is going to be credited, and press enter and save it, Control S. So look at here, guys, the document got posted successfully. So what is happening till this much, what you have to do, if I don't explain, then even it will not take that much time also, hardly 5 minutes. In 5 minutes we are going to come till GL settings. Now apart from GL settings, now what to do? Let's suppose you are there on dunning, in the sense you are performing dunning configurations, you have to do dunning configurations, you have to do certain testing and all. So what you have to do in that case, dunning means you need to have minimum account receivable basic settings, then only you can do the dunning configurations. Quickly we are going to do it. Account receivable basic setting means what, guys? First of all, FS00, we have to create a reconciliation account, right? For account receivables we are going to set up a reconciliation account. Let's suppose 1001. okay, here assets, balance sheet, and here we'll make it account receivable. Okay, control data, select the reconciliation type, that is your customer, line item display. Here you can give sort key. Now here G067, save it. So what we have done, okay, now the second one is go to, okay, so what we have done, we have created reconciliation account. Then one account group need to be set up for customer also, right? So OB D2, and here if you want to use existing one you can use, or else you can within a second, let's suppose we can set up this account group also. So if you have set up your own account group, in that case you have to assign the number ranges. OB AR is the transaction code by which we are going to use the standard number range, don't create the new one. Okay, so 02. Now what is happening, we have done account receivable basic settings. What to do, create a customer XT01, sorry I forgotten to apply /n followed by your transaction code, and then here you can select your account group. So what is our account group? TM30, right? So just give your account group, company code is already selected, and let's suppose here I'm going to set up test customer TM30. okay, apart from this, if you want to give certain these details and all, only give the mandatory things. 1001 is the reconciliation account, and here if you want to, okay, so terms of payment, give standard one and save it. Okay, correspondence field means there we are going to give the dunning and all. So dunning configuration is not completed yet. So what we have done, guys, now we have done account receivable basic settings, and customer is also ready. Here the customer number is 100359. So if you want to perform testing here, you just do one thing, FB 70, and here you have to check the company code first. Okay, click on company code and give your TM30, and then give a customer number 100359, I guess 0301, and once again any amount, guys. Okay, one GL account also need to be set up, guys. Okay, sales revenue. So in that case, once again, you go to FS00, FS00, and here click on create button, or else just copy this expense GL rent, and we are going to make it 3000 because that is going to be created under revenue account, right? Sales and revenue account, and remaining all the settings will be same. So we have created a GL account also. Here we are going to give the GL account 3000 and whatever amount. Okay, you can give here and save it. So we are able to post even customer invoice also, right? Then after, you can perform your dunning configurations or whatever the account receivable, other things are there, whether it is customer is vendor or whatever. Okay, if customer is also vendor, guys, in that case, what is happening? You have to configure account payable basic setting also, which can be configured within 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, say for example, or else if you have to, let's suppose you have to configure APP, right? So before that, account payable basic setting supposed to be configured. So what to do? Again, for that one also, what we have to do? One reconciliation account need to be set up, guys. Okay, click on create button and reconciliation account liability, right? Now here, so balance it, and here this is a liability. You can account payable, and then here select the reconciliation account type vendor, line item display, here give field status, group, save it. So what we have done, we have created reconciliation account. The next one is what, guys? The next one is here. Okay, so OB D3. First of all, you have to set up account group. Again, TM30 itself. Here we can give, save it, and then number range. Don't create a new number range, guys. Just assign it the standard which is already given by SAP. /NOB. AS is the transaction code. You can note down the transaction code which I am using, guys. You can make a note of this transaction code and all to save your time. And click on position and give your vendor account group. And here we are going to give the number range. Just save it. So done with the configurations, right? We have to do one more thing, guys. We have forgotten actually initially itself, whether you do account payable or account receivable. What you have to do? OB A3 tolerance for customer and vendor. So don't forget to give this one also. Okay, or else system will throw error for this one also. Okay, one invoice will be posted, that's not a problem, but after that, what will happen? You'll be receiving error from second invoice onwards. So now here, what we have done with the configurations basic setting, account payable basic settings, right? If you want to test it, FB60, you can post a vendor invoice, and then, so what was the vendor number, guys? Sorry, vendor number I have forgotten. Have I created vendor number? XK01, I have not created the vendor number. So give your account group here, TM30, we need to set up vendor also, guys. So here TM30, and let's suppose a test vendor for TM30. We'll give only mandatory details, right? So now here, and press enter. Sorry, 2000 I was supposed to give, right? And here, and save it. So we have created a vendor 100575. Now go to FB60, and then here what is happening? You have to give, first of all, change the company code. It's 100575, and here 0301 2019, and then again certain amount can be posted here. Okay, what is that amount, guys? and I'll give rent GL itself and this amount and save it. Just press enter. Actually, I given 2019. I was supposed to give 2020. Anyway, no issues. Now, so what is happening, guys? So we have done account payable basic setting also. After that, if you have to do APP setting, right? So FB, ZP, and here minimum configurations. How much we can do, guys? Here, just give your TM30, and then just give your paying company code TM30 and save it. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, minimum configurations I'm talking, right? If you talk about the scenarios, I have already explained you guys, multiple scenarios I have explained, right? The logic's already explained. I'm just talking about the configurations right now. So now here, paying company code, right? So paying company code again, click on new entry, and here also you have to give TM30 and minimum amount you can give any minimum amount, guys, 10 rupees, and minimum amount here also 10 rupees, and just save it. Minimum configurations here also we have done, right? And then after, what next? So your payment method, already few payment methods is given by SAP. By default, we are going to use that one. Click on payment method in company code and click on inventory, guys. Here, let's suppose TM30, you give T here. Minimum amount, let's suppose any minimum amount can be given 0 rupees, and maximum means here we have given a maximum amount, and just save it. So here also minimum configurations we have done. What next, guys? The next one is bank determination, but before that you have to set up your house bank also. So click on house bank here and click on new entry. So here your house bank, let's suppose anyway SDFC, we are going to give your country code, bank key, give SDFC. If the bank key is already set up and if you press enter, look at here, the change icon is going to be highlighted. If it is not, if bank key is not, it is a master data, guys. If it is not set up, then what is happening? You need to click on create button and you need to give all the details, whatever is given here. Similar kind of details will be given. Double click on bank account here, guys, and HDFC. Okay, so here you can give account number also and give a GL account number. That GL account already we have set up, currency, INR, and save it. Okay, now make it no, and then click on back button. So what we have done, we have set up our house bank. Now what next, guys? Just come back, go to bank determinations here. So look at here how much time it has taken. Hardly 3-4 minutes or 5 minutes it has taken to configure this APP, right? Now here you need to click on position and give your company code TM30 and double click on ranking order. Okay, so payment method T, currency INR, ranking order 1, HDFC. Okay, so guys, ranking order scenario already I have explained. I have also explained in which scenario it is going to be triggered in my live classes, right? Hope you guys are able to remember. And click on bank account. So here again, house bank, HDFC, payment method T, currency INR, account ID. Okay, sub account, right now we are having only one bank account to give this 1000 itself. Okay, there is a logic, guys. Here there is a logic. I'm explaining only configurations part, so leave it. Now double click on your bank account enhanced. Okay, give your payment method, ranking order 1, account ID, give a sub account and save it, and then available amount. This logic is also I have already explained, guys, in my live classes. Hope you guys are able to remember. Okay, you give any dates, guys. Here currency INR and available. Higher amount I'm going to give here but I have already explained the logic behind this available amount. Okay, multiple scenario I have explained about this APP and all. So simply what we have done, guys, whatever the minimum configuration is required, that we have done. Now it's time to perform testing. F110, right? Here you have to give what? So you have to give your 03/01/2020, right? TM30 A identification code. Give a parameter here. Enter the parameter and give your company code. TM30 payment method T. Next payment date, make it 4. Okay, what is the logic behind next payment date? That is also I have explained, guys. And vendor. So let's suppose if you have to select all vendor, then you have to give like this. Okay, since we are having only one vendor, that is going to be selected. What is the logic behind free selection tab is also covered in the live classes, guys. Simply apply a check mark here, give here this one and save it. Since this is for online payments, right? For check payment method, we are going to maintain here the print data medium. Now click on status and run the proposal. So start immediately, press enter, proposal created. If you want to see that, look at your display proposal here itself, you can come to know. So where is the problem, guys? Okay, the problem is there, right? The multiple problems will be there, guys. So instead of explaining all the problem, I have already covered what kind of errors are going to take place in real time, right? Those things I have already explained. So you guys might be able to understand where is the issues. I'm directly going to resolve the issues itself. Okay, I have already explained how to read out the proposal, how to find out the issues, and how to find out the root cause of issues and all, right? And even multiple things I have explained. Simply go to XK02 and here certain mistakes are there which we are going to rectify. So first of all, you give street address, cities, give a postal code, and then press enter. Give a bank detail here, guys. Bank key, any bank account number, guys, can be given here. Account holder, so whatever vendor name is there is going to be given. Just save it now. Okay, and apart from this, one more thing is there, guys. Here, payment transactions. So here you have to assign payment method also. See and save it. Now what is happening, guys? You delete the proposal. And run the proposal. So now once again, if you check the proposal display here, look at here, it become green. It means if you are going to have a look on the proposal here, right? Details. So look at here, the accounting entry is taken place. Just scroll down and here, look at here, because I have already posted one invoice and this invoice got selected. If you want to run payment, you can run the payment. In the similar way, you can run the payment here, right? Just press enter, 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 and look at here if you want to see the payment proposal. So here the payment got posted. In the similar way, if you have to do running configurations, guys, then now you can do running configurations. If you have to do configurations for asset management, then what you have to do, guys, you should have basic setting for account payable, basic setting for account receivable, and then after you can proceed with the asset management. If you talk about validation and substitutions, again it depends. Validation substitutions for GLs, if you're going to maintain this, if you're going to write any substitutions, validations for GL accounts and all, no need to go for account payable and account receivable basic settings, even till the GL settings, if you have done this, right? Also it's possible, or else you can do the account payable, account receivable basic setting. Hardly it's going to take 3 to 4 minutes, guys, or 5 minutes, right? So minimum, in any case, what you have to do, minimum, you have to set up your enterprise structure, then you have to do basic settings, you have to do GL settings, and if you talk about AP, AP basic settings, right? AP basic settings, how much time it has taken, guys? How much time it has taken? It has taken hardly 2 to 3 minutes or might be 4 minutes, and even AR basic setting also has not taken much time, guys. So AR basic setting is also, you can do here AR basic setting also, and then after whichever the desired required configurations are there, guys, you can go, you can proceed further. So this is how quickly you can do the configurations, and after that you can proceed for FI MM integrations, FI SD integrations, whatever the configurations are there, guys, you can proceed. So hardly how much time, I hope it might have taken hardly half an hour, right? In half an hour we are able to do all these configurations, and even in that APP also I have covered, right? So for you guys also, you just note down the transaction code which I have used, and if in case of, like, let's suppose server get formatted and all, so it means your entire setting gone. So in that case, what is happening? No need to be worried, right? It's anyway, it's better for you because you are going to repeat all the configurations once again, and you are going to be familiar with these all things and all, right? So this is how you can do. I told you at least minimum enterprise structure setting, basic settings, GL setting, AP basic setting, AR basic setting, you can just maintain in the system. After that, perform whichever configurations you want, you'll be able to do. So that's all, guys. That's all in this session, and that's all I wanted to explain.